Okay, what's going on, guys? Chili Games here. We're gonna try and clip this, but we're gonna make a Baltimore video today. So, just kind of want to go over my commander. Obviously, is gonna be Scott. You're gonna want to go for range, igniter, obviously. Before it's too late, plus 5% of torpedo detectability is not, that incredible in my opinion. You have sonar, so just use sonar smart in spots where you're gonna be, thinking about torpedoes. I almost always want to go for the igniter, in my opinion. Punch through, obviously, because we're going to be usually using AP here. 2%, I mean, the reason why I pick a lot of these choices is because the other two aren't that great, but for this ship it works out because Baltimore's AP is disgusting. And obviously fixated again, I really never go for steer clear. I'm more of an offensive type of cruiser guy. I like to play offensively. And fully packed, I'm not really sure why I have this on here. I know why. Fully packed because of the heal. Having a third heal is always insane. And obviously the first level of refill station is just not worth picking. I would take an extra heal over 3% chance or 3% reload every day. So the inspiration is going to be Izuru Yamamoto. I don't know why I said his name French. But obviously for better AP, better shell penetration. And the second one's kind of your choice, well, they're both your choice, but I went for a Gunichi Mikawa for cruiser detectability, and what does that leave it out to? I feel like it's a pretty popular pick for Baltimore. 10.6, so not crazy, but I know some people have it around 10.3, 10, but that's still a solid detectability range. So we're going to stop this here and we're going to get on to the video. Okay, thank you for bearing with me during that awkward transition. So, basically what I want to be going over here today is how to peak with the Baltimore, and also just kind of shed light on Baltimore as a tier 7 cruiser right now, and my opinions on it. I love the ship. I think it's cool for what it does. The AP is very satisfying, but if you were in its effectiveness in a match as a cruiser alone has gone down significantly as more ships have come out. I mean, even Hipper can pretty much do a better job of area denial, because you do have really good AP, but if a battleship's coming bow on to you and you're in a spot behind an island, there's just nothing you can do aside from teammates. Hipper can really just stick there and, bait the person around for torps. So I just feel like the ability for Baltimore, as the meta at tier 7 continues, has just been severely kind of gimped. Immediately, we're going for cover. I hate that spot in the middle, just especially for Baltimore having the 25mm bow armor. You just do not want to be in plain sight taking shots here and there. So we're behind an island here, and lucky for us, everyone and their mom comes over here and kind of disregards that ACAP, so we don't have to worry about anything coming from behind us here. I immediately see a Chapayev. Luckily have AP loaded here, and I'm going to say Chapayev is probably going to be your #1 target if it is spotted, because it's the best tier 7 cruiser, no doubt, in terms of, overall map effectiveness in matches. It's just unmatched right now, and even 1v1, you can't argue that a good Chapayev player wouldn't beat a good Hipper or Prince Eugen. Or saw an argument on that topic yesterday, picking Prince Eugen over Kutuzov, no, it's Chapayev. In a straight 1v1 match, you're never going to beat a Chapayev. It's just way too good, especially with Prince Eugen, because Prince Eugen's only thing that's got on you is torps, and as long as you don't come within 8 kilometers, then you're fine. And I saw someone arguing that the AP on Prince-Williams better, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter about AP because you're not going to be showing broadside to the Prince-Williams, so that's not going to do crap, and you're just going to bounce his shells. So I don't know. I'm just going to leave that kind of there. Chapayev is just blatantly overpowered, so it's fine. Luckily, we're in a good spot to shoot these destroyers here, and that kid has no smoke, so I don't know why he's charging here, but it was a super bad play. And you realize that I'm holding on to my radar, and I get one extra shot off. What I'm trying to do here is, I know he's going to be sitting there. I'm just trying to get as many salvos as I can in between this radar here, so I pop it right as soon as my guns reload, and as soon as it pops open, I'm taking the next shot. So just a more efficient way of trying to get as many volleys downrange while you have a radar up. Luckily, we have a nice team here to clean that guy up. And actually, this match starts super slow, so we're not doing anything crazy right now. But at the end of this match, I was kind of like, oh man, these results aren't terrible. You know, it's something worth posting. And there's a few highlights in here about the AP. It's just difficult to get a game in Baltimore. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of the toughest. Definitely one of the toughest tier 7s to play, just because I feel like every tier 7 they release now is just better in a lot of different ways. So it's kind of the runt of the litter. It's a big soap bar. If you see the back in there, the aft, it's just shaped like a soap bar, and I don't know. You take way too many penetration shots from battleships, which, you know, eat up a whole entire health slot. You'll see it here actually later in the game. There's just no real way to balance or angle your ship against anything above, you know, or above cruiser caliber guns. So that just really leaves you in a really bad spot. So we see the Iowa here pushing up, and we are to the left. That Sinnoff doesn't have a shot on us, so we're essentially still safe here, but I'm going to come a little bit closer to this island. Anytime you see a battleship broadside like that, like the Iowa, switch to AP. Promise you, this AP will ruin their day. And this was just the front two turrets, and just wait till you see this. 7,000 HP. The ship is a lot of fun. It has a lot of good strengths, but unfortunately every other tier 7 has a lot of other strengths, and maybe even more. So it just kind of leaves Baltimore in a sad little state right now. I see this Jervis, and I'm trying to switch between targets here. I don't know who I want to target. I think I come out here, and unfortunately, oh yeah, this is really depressing, this shot here. I'm trying to figure out where this guy is. You take the shot with AP, obviously you don't want to be shooting AP because you'll bounce, and hello, we bounce. We hit him 3 times, bounce 3 shells. That's just not what you want to see. I was trying to kind of maneuver here and kite away because I knew I was in a bad spot here, and the Richelieu starts shooting at me, and this is a perfect example. Give him the smallest target possible, he hits 3 pins, 12,000 damage gone, or HP gone. It's just, if I was in Chapayev or something like that, I either could have slithered away from that and dodged, or maybe bounced, but those just go straight through you. You end up losing a lot of HP for even just kiting. It's almost impossible in this ship to do, like other ships. We noticed that the Richelieu is turning in behind us there, so we're not too worried. We're just keeping our focus on this screen. I'm watching this Iowa like a hawk because I do not want him to shoot me. It's the last thing I want to happen. Still going AP. You see how far away these targets are, the shores, and even I think it's a York behind there. They're pretty far away, but as long as you give enough lead, and the shells are just going to come down like a meteorite. I mean, they are very, very painful to receive. And I see this guy turn in real quick here, and I got excited because we got a Citadel there, 10k. I would have been much more excited if we would have squeezed these shells through that little gap there, but I just got a little bit too trigger happy, and unfortunately that would have been one heck of a shot. But I end up making Oh, this is actually really funny. Because I didn't have my mic in for this match, obviously, but I was just like, wait, what is going on? I noticed we had a battleship back here, and I look back. It's a full health Iowa, literally, you know, turning into a sedan, trying to go on land here, and I was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I understand if you're like below 10k health and you're trying to back up like that, but dude was full health, just not doing nothing, and I'm sitting out here trying to bait this Iowa to shoot. Luckily, he aims too far. We slow down and scathe away with, pretty lucky, honestly. Shores is in the worst spot possible, and that was a citadel. That was very, very, very satisfying. Jervis plays well here, takes advantage of our low health destroyer, which was the Benson. I think he was going to try and do a torp run on that Iowa, but Jervis makes the right play. I think, obviously, Baltimore does have radar, so I'm holding my tongue here. Get one extra salvo off if he's going on, and you see, again, I'm just presenting that Iowa the smallest profile of my ship, and I'm still just getting beamed for 4K every 30 seconds. So it's your survivability out in the open. Definitely tanks in Baltimore, which, you know, obviously you don't really want to be kiting away, but in certain situations you're going to have to. And I was trying to take some really cheeky shots here at that Jervis, but we don't get lucky. I was hoping to put that on like a highlight reel or something, but again, you see, I mean, I'm just getting chunked. Like there's no better way for me to maneuver right now. I am just literally. It would be just a matter of time before this Iowa kills me. And what really sucks is I'm like, man, why am I still being targeted? But it's because that Iowa is still just super far away, and he's been backing up. So I'm still a prime target for this enemy Iowa to shoot at. I realize that he's aiming at me again, so I'm obviously going to I'm going to brake real quick, and I'm going to turn away to try and dodge his shots. I think we... No, yes. I mean, literally, I mean, I said 4K at the beginning of the match just to like give out a number, but literally we've been smacked for about 4K every single salvo. This thing eats penetrations like it's nobody's business, and you'll get citadeled like crazy too. But this is another place where Baltimore shines, is at this kind of range, and just lobbing that HE on a broadside target, especially a battleship. You see the plunging fire can just do so much damage. Ticking over 100k, and that's when I started to realize, I was like, oh man, like we might not have had too bad of a game here. And get to pick up the high cal, and honestly I was hoping that we killed this guy, we killed the York, and take some nice shots at the Sinop here and maybe go for the damage record, which is like 180k I think, but we're not lucky today. Not very lucky. As you see, we're about to get all 3 caps, and this match is almost over due to points. So we end up saving. We look away because we're cool, but we saved that Iowa's life. I don't know how close they were to ramming, but that was pretty dang close. So I felt pretty good about that one. Even at this range, you still want to be shooting AP. As long as you lead right, these shells are going to come down and they're going to smack your target. 2 overpins and a citadel, so just above 6k damage on that salvo from this range is super solid. So when in doubt, just shoot AP in this thing, honestly. And as soon as I realized him turning out, I was like, oh man, I'm about to get this kill, we're about to move on to Sinop. And nope, the game ended. Well, not the worst game, not the best game either, but we squeaked over 3,000 base XP, and pretty decent game in Baltimore. You know, it's just a struggling kind of ship right now in the meta. But guys, I really freaking appreciate you guys. If y'all are still here, then y'all just have a good one, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.